Welcome back, everyone. It's July 22nd, 2020. I'm JerryVHall, and here's the view from Costa Rica. Well, all the way down here in Costa Rica, I can see that something incredible is brewing on a regulatory foundation that will have many rippling effects throughout crypto for quite some time to come. Let's dive into this. So this is the Office of the Comptroller of Currency's website in their news and events and then press news release section. And it talks about a document that they've put out today. National and state banks and thrifts have long provided safekeeping and custody services, including both physical objects and electronic assets. That's very, very, very important to understand going forward. This was just a few blurbs in their quote unquote news release. Let's go to the actual PDF docket. I said docket, I meant document. So here we are. We have this interpretive letter 1170. Now, I'm going to read this quick introduction and summary because it really is going to help set the stage for the other highlighted points that I've found as I went through this document. Number one, this letter responds to your request regarding the authority of a national bank to provide cryptocurrency custody services for customers. For the reasons discussed below, we conclude a national bank may provide these cryptocurrency custody services on behalf of customers, including by holding the unique cryptographic keys associated with cryptocurrency. This letter also reaffirms the OCC's position that national banks may provide permissible banking services to any lawful business they choose, including cryptocurrency businesses, so long as they effectively manage the risks and comply with applicable law. Now, just that first opening paragraph has a bunch to unpack, but we'll get to that at the end. Let's just go through the doc here. Keep in mind this document was created by a lawyer, so it's, blah, blah, blue, 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 and reference, which is actually excellent. Anytime you're reading a document like this and they are citing references, this is well crafted. This is a well put together document. There is absolutely intent behind this, and we're also going to get to that as we go through. But here I found this particular section quite compelling. Bitcoin is now accepted as payment by thousands of merchants worldwide. Customers may even purchase Bitcoin for cash at various retail locations. Contracts on Bitcoin futures have been established, and options on Bitcoin futures are now trading. The SEC recently approved a Bitcoin futures fund. Oh, this is getting good. Let's go. A recent survey evidence suggests that almost 40 million Americans own cryptocurrencies. Institutional investors have also invested in cryptocurrencies. Now, the numbers that I was working off prior, in many of my videos, you've heard me state this, I was stating a number of 35 million crypto investors worldwide. If this recent survey is correct and it's 40 million Americans, well, then you could probably double that for the rest of the world. That would put us up around 80, knocking on the door of 100 million investors in this space. But again, I'm not sure how they conducted this survey, but I'll take it at face value. Okay, down here in this section. Some investment advisors may wish to manage cryptocurrencies on behalf of customers and may wish to utilize national banks as custodians for the managed assets. Oh, this is getting good. The OCC recognizes that as the financial markets become increasingly technological, there will likely be increasing need for banks and other service providers to leverage new technology and innovative ways to provide traditional services on behalf of customers. Oh man, this is music to my friggin' ears. The OCC codified these interpretive rulings in 12 CFR Part 7. In other words, it is becoming the law of the land. Traditional bank custodians frequently offer a range of services in addition to simple safekeeping of assets. For example, a custodian providing core domestic custody services for securities typically settles trades, invests cash balances as directed, collects income, processes corporate actions, prices security positions, and provides record keeping and reporting services. It is well established that national banks may provide custody services to their customers in either a fiduciary or non-fiduciary capacity. This next little ditty here, the OCC's regulation in subpart E of Part 7 explicitly authorize national banks to perform, provide, or deliver through electronic means and facilities any activities that they are otherwise authorized to perform. Because national banks are authorized to perform safekeeping and custody services for physical assets, national banks are likewise permitted to provide those same services via electronic means, i.e., custody of cryptocurrency. To the extent that a national bank with trust powers conducts cryptocurrency custody activities in a fiduciary capacity, such activities would be permissible if conducted in compliance with 12 CFR Part 9, applicable state law, and any other applicable law, such as the instrument that created the fiduciary relationship. A national bank holding cryptocurrencies in a fiduciary capacity, such as a trustee, an executor of a will, an administrator of an estate, a receiver, or as an investment advisor, would have the authority to manage them in the same way banks can manage other assets they hold as fiduciaries. These conclusions apply equally to federal savings associations, which many credit unions are exactly that. I want to give credit to Mr. Jonathan V. Gould. He is the Senior Deputy Comptroller and Chief Counsel. He's the gentleman that put this document together. That statement of codification, man, that's huge. So as I went through this document and made those highlights of those particular elements that I read out loud to you, some questions came up for me. And I'm sure that questions have come up for you. Please leave your questions in the comment section. Maybe together, you, me, and the entire community, we can come up with answers. But here's a couple of questions that I had. And again, I'm encouraging you to leave your questions in the comment section. Number one question for me: how will this affect Ripple's Fed case? If the OCC is saying that all these cryptocurrencies can be applied with all the same laws as fiat currencies as it pertains to custody, administration, et cetera, does that shine a new light for the federal judge who's overseeing that case? That question is yet to be answered, but I'm interested to see where this goes. How about number two here? Will banks now seek out the likes of PolySign and the other handful of trusted third-party custodians to subcontract their services? Will they build their own custody services? Will they possibly white label somebody's existing technology? That will be interesting to see where that goes going forward. Another question that came up for me was how this will open up banking for crypto companies. How long have we heard stories about this person or that company not being able to interact with cryptocurrencies through their bank, denying payment for purchases of cryptocurrency as the individual tries to get crypto from an exchange? Businesses that go to banks try to open a bank account so that can facilitate legal interaction in the financial system only to be denied because they're a crypto company. Very, very interesting to see how that will open up banking for crypto companies and individuals moving forward. How about this? A big question that came up for me, because keep in mind, what I read to you was a response letter by the OCC. I'm curious which bank they were responding to. My little crafty little Ripple-centric brain is immediately thinking that Bank of America submitted a document, said, hey, it's time to get, we're ready to start rolling out some stuff. We got this partnership with Ripple, but we sure would like some clarity and some guidance. And the OCC said, sure, let's give you the clarity that you need. Let's go do business. That is completely speculative, folks. But I don't think it's completely out of the realm of reason also. But again, I would really like to know which bank submitted the letter that all this was a response to. Here's another one, and I think this is going to be huge. You heard me clearly read about fiduciaries and even non-fiduciaries as it pertains to folks that are administrating, they're trustees or they're administrating estates, or they are actually wealth managers managing people's funds. Well, for a long time, we have been waiting for those quote unquote financial advisors, those wealth managers, to get into the game and be able to advise their clients on cryptocurrency investments. It is not big business today. I have a young man named Dominique Henderson. He is a financial advisor, one of these, multi-licensed guys who trains other financial advisors. And every time we talk and I bring up crypto, he shifts the subject. And the reason he shifts the subject is because it's just not a field or an area or vertical or section of the industry that his particular craft is really involved in yet. But I see that it's coming, and it's documentation like I just read you that provides clarity for individuals in those sectors to begin to do the work that they need to do. Now, I can imagine with the likes of Fidelity, with the likes of TD Ameritrade, etc., that a lot of work has already been done. Well, if a lot of work has already been done, then wouldn't that fall in the innovative section of the cycle? And now we just need implementation for adoption? I think the answer is yes. Again, it's speculative. We will see. But I think this is an incredibly compelling move for the entire crypto space. And those companies that have been positioning themselves to be a part of the existing financial framework, but have just decided to do it better with better technology, they could be positioned to really grow as a result of this kind of clarity. I hope that all of you are as encouraged as I am. I want to thank all of you that have been subscribing to the channel, leaving your comments, retweeting the announcements that I put out for my videos on Twitter and Facebook. All of that is incredibly wonderful. I'm actually excited today. This is actually the kind of verbiage and documentation that we have been waiting to see from a regulatory body for a while. Now, is it the end all be all? No. Will more come down the road? I hope so. Will things get even clearer in these murky times? Well, that's my bet. And I'm guessing if you've listening to the sound of my voice, it's your bet also. So anyway, folks, that's been the view from Costa Rica. Until next time, Pura Vida.